Let's begin with the updates coming in and the political reactions over the Adani Bribegate controversy. The Congress taking the lead in attacking Adani and demanding a joint parliamentary committee probe. Congress has also called for the appointment of a new SEBI chief and the arrest of Adani. Opposition parties have denied any involvement in the Adani Bribegate allegations, even as questions were being asked of some parties that were in power in states where these bribes were allegedly exchanged. The DMK, the YSRCP have made it very clear that these deals were actually signed with the government solar power body, while former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel claims it was his predecessor Raman Singh who cleared the deals. As far as Odisha is concerned, which has also been named, the BJP is tight-lipped and said they will clarify after discussions.
Andhra Pradesh Pratishtha brand కూడా దెబ్బతినే విధంగా ప్రవర్తించారు. ఇది చాలా బాధేస్తుంది. ఇంటేనే చాలా బాధాకరంగా మనం ఏ విధంగా చెప్పుకోగలుగుతాం అనే పరిస్థితి వస్తుంది. ఇంకా వాస్తవాలను రావాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. ప్రభుత్వం కూడా ఆలోచిస్తున్నాం. వాస్తవాలను వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఎప్పటికప్పుడు అవన్నీ కూడా అధ్యయనం చేసుకొని ఏం చేయాలో చేస్తూనే మళ్ళా మీకు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాం. ఏ ప్రభుత్వం అయినా ప్రజలకు జవాబుదారీతనంగా ఉండాలి. ఎవరు తప్పు చేసినా వాళ్ళ మీద యాక్షన్ తీసుకునే పరిస్థితి ఉంటేనే ఇంకొకరు ఇలాంటి తప్పులు చేయకుండా భయపడే పరిస్థితి వస్తుంది. ఏదేమైనా ఈ రోజు నా దగ్గర ఏదైతే మీమారి కానీ అక్కడ వేసినటువంటి ఛార్జ్ షీట్ రిపోర్ట్ కానీ అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి. అది పబ్లిక్ డొమైన్లో ఉంది. దాని తర్వాత ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయో అన్నీ కూడా అధ్యయనం చేస్తాం. అధ్యయనం చేసి ఏం చేయాలనో మళ్ళీ మీ అందరి దగ్గరికి ఏం చేయాలో చేస్తూనే మీకు ఎప్పటికప్పుడు సమాచారం ఇస్తామని చెప్పి నేను చేసుకుంటూ ఈరోజు రెగ్యులర్ బిజినెస్ పోదామని చెప్పి విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నాను. ధన్యవాదాలు.
The US SEC has now talked about Jagan Mohan Reddy being involved in the Adani scam. What do you have to say on this?
I think the law will take its own course. Eventually, the people who have perpetrated this kind of an amazing, deep-rooted corruption network, I think should be punished. So definitely the law will take its course is what I believe.
Will the AP government be initiating any kind of investigation into all of these that has been going on?
We just come out in the open yesterday. Let us see how things develop.
வணிக ரீதியான தொடர்புகள் எந்த வகையிலும் தமிழ்நாடு மின்சார வாரியத்திற்கும் அதானி நிறுவனத்திற்கும் இல்லை. தமிழ்நாடு மின்சார வாரியத்தை பொறுத்தவரை தமிழ்நாட்டினுடைய முதலமைச்சர் மாண்புமிகு தளபதி அவர்கள் ஆட்சி பொறுப்பேற்று தமிழ்நாட்டினுடைய மின் தேவையை கருத்திலே கொண்டு மத்திய மின்சாரத்துறையோடு இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த அமைப்புகளோடு 1500 மெகாவாட் மின்சாரம் கொள்முதல் செய்வதற்கான ஒப்பந்தங்கள் செய்யப்பட்டன.
The biggest question that remains unanswered is why the BJP leaders and the BJP spokespersons are defending a corrupt group. They don't have answers. Why are they so hell-bent on ensuring that he is not questioned? If they are really neutral, if they are not siding with the Adani group, if they have no truck with the Adani group, why are they not ordering an investigation? They are saying that the governments have entered into agreements with the Adani group. Investigate that. What is preventing you? We have made it very clear, our electricity minister made it very, very clear that there is not even a single paise of contract that we have entered into between the Adani group and the state of Tamil Nadu when DMK has come to power. You have made it very clear, and we have also released the deliberations of the Electricity Regulatory Commission. But still, the BJP is afraid of ordering a probe. If some official is paid money or some politician is paid money, arrest them. You have ED with you. You have CBI with you. Arrest them. Why are you not arresting them? And Mr. Rahul Gandhi is asking a very, very pertinent question.
राहुल गांधी के पूरे स्टेटमेंट पर मैं आपका एक जवाब चाहूंगी कि राहुल गांधी ने जेपीसी की डिमांड कर दी है और उन्होंने कहा है कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी अडानी के ग्रुप को प्रोटेक्ट करते आए हैं. उस पर आपका जवाब चाहिए.
ये बिल्कुल सही बात है. राहुल गांधी जी जो वक्तव्य दिए हैं कि अडानी को मोदी जी प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं, ये बिल्कुल सही बात है. और ये बात भी, इस बात का भी मैं समर्थन करता हूं कि पूरे प्रकरण की जेपीसी के द्वारा जांच होनी चाहिए. इस बात की समर्थन करता हूं मैं. छत्तीसगढ़ में जितने भी अडानी को खदान मिले हैं पावर प्लांट मिले हैं वो सब भारतीय जनता पार्टी के शासनकाल में या तो राज्य सरकार में रमन सिंह जब मुख्यमंत्री थे तब मिला या केंद्र सरकार में 2015 में 14 के बाद जब प्रधानमंत्री बने मोदी तब उसके बाद मिला है।
ये अदानी इशू पे हम
अभी नहीं बोलेंगे।
सुनिए सर, एक मिनट
नहीं बोलेंगे भाई साहब, क्लियर नहीं हुआ है वो, जब क्लियर होगा सेकंड हाफ पे करेंगे।
ಏನಿದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಅದಾನಿಯವರಿಗೆ ವಾರಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಹುಲ್ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವಾರಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ವಾರಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟದೆ. 2100 ಕೋಟಿ ಲಂಚ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಳ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ವಾರಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿದೆ. ವಾರಂಟ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ ಅರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ದೇಶದ ಗೌರವನೂ ಹೋಗಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಇವರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು ಯಾರು? ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಂಬರ್ 1. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು ಯಾರು? ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು? ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಅವರು ಡಿಫೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್. ನನಗೇನಪ್ಪ, ನಾವು ಮಾಡೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಹೇಳಿ, ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Well, everything should be investigated, but for that, even MOUs have to be cancelled. Even all the checks that have been given to Congress government also have to be returned. Rahul Gandhi can't be, running with the hares and hunting with the hounds. That is not how this works. He has to take a stand. If he is clear in his mind that Adani is a fraud, then his government in Telangana needs to cancel all the MOUs and come clean on what made them take money from Adani. स्वयं रेवंत रेड्डी तो चीफ मिनिस्टर है, महाराष्ट्र में, बॉम्बे में कहते हैं मैंने अदानी से पैसा लिया, तो इस बारे में राहुल जी को बोलना चाहिए.
Now, the Adani Group's future fundraising prospects have become the talk of the town following serious allegations under US laws, including bribery and fraud linked to securing energy contracts. The total debt, and that's on your screens there, the total debt of Adani Group stood at 2.5 lakh crore rupees. This is as of March 2024 against 2.23 lakh crores a year ago. And that was 2 months after the Hindenburg report was published in January 2023. So will fundraising be challenging for the Adani Group going forward? Following the indictment, Adani Green Energy announced its decision to halt the planned issuance of $600 million in US dollar-denominated bonds. Now, it similarly also withdrew 20,000 crore FPO. This was after the Hindenburg allegations that were made in January last year. The Adani Group's global fundraising efforts are likely to take a hit as top banks and investors are likely to avoid exposure to the Adani Group. Let's talk about what really the US court indictment means. What will its impact be on the Adani Group? We've spoken about that briefly, but what happens next as well? We break all of that down for you in our next report.
The Adani Group has been plunged into crisis for the second time in as many years. The indictment of the US Department of Justice and a civil case by the US Securities and Exchange Commission has pushed one of India's richest man into the corner again. The impact on the Adani Group is multi-pronged. The most direct impact is on the stocks of the group. The news led to a plunge in all the 10 Adani Group stocks, with Adani Enterprises, Adani Energy and Adani Green falling the most. The group lost nearly 16% of its market cap to 12 lakh crore rupees, with investors left poorer by 2.28 lakh crore rupees. The indictment by the US authorities has also hit fundraising plans of the group. Adani Green Energy was in the final stages of closing off a $600 million fundraise in the US through a 20-year bond on Wednesday. The issue was cancelled following the US court order. The group had to similarly withdraw a 20,000 crore rupee public issue after Hindenburg allegations. Future fundraising efforts in the global market will also be hit, as top banks and investors are likely to take cue from US authorities and avoid exposure to the group. And it's not just in the US that the Adani Group may face difficulties. Regulatory benchmarks set by the American regulator are closely followed by several countries, which could make fundraising difficult across the globe. Gautam Adani's mega plans to invest $10 billion in the US and creating up to 15,000 jobs after Donald Trump's win could also shift into the slow lane, if not face a total block. Ratings agency Moody's has said the indictment is credit negative for the Adani Group. The agency said it focuses on the company's governance practices and their ability to access capital to meet their liquidity requirements. The fiasco has resulted in the group's dollar-dominated bonds taking a huge hit. The controversy around the Adani Group is also likely to cast a pall around other Indian companies tapping the global bond market for funds in the short term due to risk aversion. Indian stock markets regulator SEBI may also have to step in after having given the group a clean chit on allegations made earlier by Hindenburg Research. This as SEBI has a regulatory agreement with its US counterpart and may have to intervene with its own probe if the SEC invokes the Inter-Regulatory Cooperation Pact. A legal fallout of the case could lead to temporary travel restrictions for those named in the US Department of Justice indictment. According to Reuters, court documents show that arrest warrants have been issued against Gautam Adani and Sagar Adani. According to analysts, the Adani Group could resolve the charges by an out-of-court settlement, which would involve paying fines, admitting certain wrongdoing, and improving compliance practices. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Now, the US indictment against Gautam Adani and his associates has also alleged the use of secret nicknames to actually conceal some of the dealings. Here's what we've picked up. Adani, the central figure, of course, was reportedly referred to as Mr. A, also referred to as Numero Uno and the Big Man. So these were the three code names mentioned. Another key associate, who's also the CEO of Adani Power, Vineet S. Jain, was allegedly codenamed as V, standing for his initial, also as Snake and Numero Uno -1. According to these charges, these coded names used in private communications were reportedly intended to obscure the identities of Adani and Jain while discussing the activities and facilitating these bribes. Focusing on the politics, the BJP and Congress have been locking horns over the issue for the last 24 hours. We had Rahul Gandhi yesterday holding a press conference demanding that Gautam Adani be arrested. Besides that, the BJP is now hit back, attacking the Congress, saying they've taken donations from Adani.
अदानी जी को अरेस्ट कीजिए, उनका इंटेरोगेशन कीजिए और फिर जो भी इसमें इन्वॉल्व है पकड़िए. और एंड में मैं आपको बता रहा हूं, नरेंद्र मोदी जी का नाम निकलेगा, क्योंकि बीजेपी की पूरी फंडिंग, पूरा फंडिंग स्ट्रक्चर इस व्यक्ति के हाथ में है. इसीलिए प्रधानमंत्री चाहे भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं. एक प्रकार से अदानी जी ने हिंदुस्तान को हाईजैक कर लिया है. हिंदुस्तान अदानी जी के ग्रिप में है. नरेंद्र मोदी जी अदानी को अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं. कैपेबिलिटी नहीं है हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री की कि वो अदानी जी को अरेस्ट करें, क्योंकि जिस दिन उन्होंने अदानी जी को अरेस्ट किया उस दिन वो भी जाएंगे.
राहुल जी कह रहे थे इंडिया हाईजैक हो गया है. गलत, टेंस गलत है. पास्ट टेंस में होना चाहिए था, फ्यूचर टेंस और प्रेजेंट टेंस में नहीं. इंडिया हाईजैक हो गया था. गांधी परिवार, ये नकली गांधी परिवार उसके हाईजैकर थे. कमांडो ने मुक्त कराया है हाईजैकिंग से. अब भारत का जो इकोनॉमिक जहाज है वह रनवे पे 2014 से रफ्तार से दौड़ करके अब 35,000 की फुट की ऊंचाई पर उड़ान भर रहा है. तीसरे नंबर की इकोनॉमिक शक्ति बनने जा रहा है. तो राहुल गांधी, इंडिया इज नॉट हाईजैक्ड, इंडिया वॉज हाईजैक्ड.
प्रधानमंत्री जी 100% इस व्यक्ति की प्रोटेक्शन कर रहे हैं और इस व्यक्ति ने हिंदुस्तान के एसेट्स लिए हैं, भ्रष्टाचार करके एसेट्स लिए हैं. ये व्यक्ति बीजेपी को पूरा समर्थन करते हैं, पूरा सपोर्ट देते हैं. ये एस्टैब्लिश चीजें हैं. हम दोहराते जाएंगे। जेपीसी की मांग हमारी है, बट हम चाहते हैं कि अदानी जी को एकदम अरेस्ट किया जाए। और हम जानते हैं और हम देश को दिखाना चाहते हैं कि अदानी जी की अरेस्ट नहीं होगी। और इसलिए नहीं होगी क्योंकि हिंदुस्तान के प्रधानमंत्री अदानी जी के पीछे खड़े हुए हैं और उनके प्रोटेक्टर हैं।
आज फिर उन्होंने उसी प्रकार का व्यवहार दिखाया है, उसी प्रकार से अपने विषय को रखा है जैसे वो पहले रखते थे। कोई नया पीसी नहीं है, वो चंद नाम उनके पास है, चंद तरीका उनके पास है और उसी प्रकार से वो लगातार प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं और मोदी जी, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के ऊपर आक्षेप लगाने का प्रयास उनका रहता है।
Now, even after the U.S. Department of Justice issued a 5-count criminal indictment against Adani and several of his business associates, the United States for the first time has responded to these charges, with the White House stating that they are coordinating with the Indian government and will probe the matter. They've also emphasized that the India-U.S. relationship remains strong and that this issue will not affect their ties in any way. Meanwhile, in a major fallout from the U.S. court indictment, Kenya has scrapped a $700 million power line deal as well as a $1.8 billion airport expansion deal with the Adani Group.
So obviously we're aware of these allegations, and I would have to refer you to the SEC and DOJ about the specifics of those allegations against the Adani Group. What I will say is on the U.S. and India relationship, we believe that it's extremely stands on an extremely strong foundation, anchored in ties between our people and cooperation across a full range of global issues. And so what we believe and we're confident about is that we'll continue to navigate this issue as we have with other issues that may have come up, as you just stated. And so the specifics of this is something that SEC and DOJ can speak to directly. But again, we believe that we are. This relationship between India and the U.S. has been built on a strong foundation.
The information that has been provided to us by partner nations. I have directed agencies within the Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum to immediately cancel the ongoing procurement process for JKI expansion public-private partnership transaction, as well as the recently concluded Ketrago transmission in public and immediately commence the process of onboarding alternative partners, because these are important projects.
Okay, so clearly there has been a fallout and a global one at that due to the U.S. court indictment.